If you are considering the purchase of your first EV or electric assisted vehicle, you've just come to the right place. If you already have the purchase of a particular EV or hybrid in mind, but still have some doubts and are wondering about the ins and outs of battery charging, this is definitely your place. The United States government keeps a comprehensive but not so well known database regarding details of all new car models being sold in the U.S. We'll show you where to access this database and how to use it. And while we're at it, we'll do some meandering against the background of the recent Los Angeles Auto Show, where a number of fuel-efficient and fuel-gulping vehicles were on display. One of the very best places to start your research on what kind of car, what brand of car to buy is fueleconomy.gov. Fueleconomy.gov will give you a lot of information very easily. Rather than going to every car, every brand website to find your information, you can just go down here and click Find a Car. Let's say we're looking for a plug-in hybrid. We go down to diesels, hybrids, diesels, and automotive fuel cars. We're looking for a new car, so we keep 2025 in the year box, and then select a vehicle type, drop-down box. We'll go down to plug-in hybrid and hit the Go button. And this should give us a list of every plug-in hybrid car, every model of plug-in hybrid car that's currently available for sale in the United States. And in general, it starts with the most miserly or the best fuel-efficient cars and works its way down. Starts with a Ford Escape, which actually is toward the top of the list, but not the top of the list. And then it goes down to the Kia Niro, which gets 108 miles per gallon, or the equivalent of 108 miles per gallon for the first 33 miles when it's running on electricity only. Once it hits gasoline only, it's going to give 48 miles per gallon. Let's go down and take a look at one of my favorite cars here, the Kia Sportage SUV. It gets 34 miles on electricity, the first 34 miles once it's charged up. Then after it's gone 34 miles and has expired used up the battery juice, it goes over to gasoline only and gets a combined city highway of 35 miles per gallon. Let's say you're looking for a new car and you've got a Honda CR-V in mind and want to find a little bit more out about that. You can go to the fueleconomy.gov website, and right under the www dot is Find a Car. So we hit that button, and when we go right down there to Find a Car Home, and this will take us to Find and Compare Cars. We know we want a new car, 2025. We're going to select the make. Down here is a Honda. Where'd you go? There it is. And the model, a CR-V. Hit the Go button, and it gives us how many choices? 4 choices. The top 2 cars are hybrids, and the bottom 2 cars are gas-only cars. Looking closer at the hybrids, we see that the front-wheel drive gets 40 miles per gallon, and the all-wheel drive, as expected, gets a little bit less at 37 miles per gallon. Dropping down to the gas cars, the front wheel drive's at 30 and the all-wheel drive's at 28. So basically you're getting 10 miles per gallon extra with the hybrid. This chart shows the MSRP pricing for 3 models of the Honda CR-V. On the far left is the standard. That's the gas-only version with an MSRP starting at $35,000. Move over 1 column to the Hybrid 1, which is pretty much the same car except it has the hybrid technology, and the price for that car is $37,650. So you're paying only $2,650 more to get the hybrid version, and I think that's going to appeal to a lot of people and make a lot of sales for Honda. What about the electric version of the Honda CR-V, the Honda CR-EV? Well, they don't make one and they won't. To build an EV out of the CR-V, you'd have to completely change the chassis. There would be batteries under the floor. There would be no engine, and just they'd have to make a lot of changes. You could almost use that same body, but the underpinnings would be totally different. Somebody looking for the electric version of the CR-V would probably start shopping the Honda Prologue, which is available in EV only. It's slightly bigger than the Honda CR-V in order to accommodate the batteries, but functionality is pretty much the same. Let's compare prices between the Honda Prologue EVs and the Honda CR-Vs. If you want the least expensive model in both categories, under the EV1, you're going to pay $47,400 for the base model all-electric, and that compares to the base model of the CR-V at $35,000. So it's going to cost you $12,400 more for an electric version. The Honda Prologue EV does have some fit and finish advantages over the Honda CR-V, but I think that sort of price difference is going to make that Honda Prologue a difficult sell. Batteries are the most expensive component in any EV car and weigh heavily on its price. Let's take a look at these two cars. On the left, we have a Nissan Leaf that's MSRP at $29,280. On just to the right of it is the Model 3 Tesla Long Range, which is a full $15,000 more than the Nissan Leaf. And the story is really told at the bottom here. We see the Nissan Leaf has a much shorter range, less than half the range of the Tesla. The Leaf has a 149-mile range, while the Tesla has a 346-mile range. Smelling a profit involved, Tesla is now allowing other brands of cars to fill up at its charging stations, and this list is expanding. Here's an article from the Los Angeles Times, November 26, 2024, regarding Ford and other brands being allowed to charge up at the Tesla stations, and that list should be expanding. This chart shows the three different levels of car chargers. On the far left is the level 1 charger. This is the kind of charger that plugs into your household current that you might find, the outlet you might find in your bedroom, your living room, kitchen, or garage. And it is totally inadequate for charging your car if you're going to have your EV at home and be charging it there on a regular basis. If you are going to have an EV and charge it at home, you really need a level 2 charger, which is a dedicated charger running off 220 or 240 volts. On the far right are the level 3 chargers that are used at commercial charging stations, and these are called fast chargers. Let's take a look at a few of these level 2 car chargers, the kind that deliver 240 volts and you'd have installed in your garage by a qualified electrician. Here's the Tesla charger, which runs $420, and ChargePoint, which makes this particular charger, has a number of commercial charging stations around the country, but they make this charger for home use. It's a level 2 charger, $549, and fits the J1772 standard. And then there are chargers made by other companies. This one has been gotten some good reviews, the Emporia. Finally, we need to address the politics behind electric cars.
We will drill, baby, drill. They want everybody to have an electric car. We don't have enough electricity. We couldn't make enough electricity for that. Day one, I will terminate Crooked Joe's ridiculous electric vehicle mandate. They're very expensive and they can all be made in China. They don't work in the cold and they don't go far. Other than that, I think they're wonderful. The auto workers, what they've done to their people is horrible. They want to do this all-electric nonsense. We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line. They travel short distances. I'm fine with it. What do you think of an electric car? Well, I like Elon, but, the car, and there's a place for electric cars, but you have to have other choices, too. I love Elon Musk. Do we love him? I love him. And that they're fantastic. And I'm for electric cars. I have to be, because Elon endorsed me very strongly.
Gosh, electric cars sound like such a good idea for the environment. I wonder what Trump has against them, why he keeps bashing them. Oops. I forgot that big oil gives Trump millions of dollars in exchange for his support in burning as much fossil fuels as possible. It is difficult to see how two authoritarians like Donald Trump and Elon Musk can work together for 4 years. If the two part ways angrily, Donald Trump, who is, of course, prone to grievances and retribution, may try to tank Tesla and perhaps damage electrical vehicle sales in general. We are producing this video in January 2025 when Trump is still the president-elect and hasn't yet taken office. At this point, such matters are very unpredictable, but while the Trump-Musk bromance lasts, you should be okay buying an electric vehicle and may even get some good rebates. At the moment, all we are certain of is that we are in for interesting times, not just in politics, but automotive technology as well. One of our next films will be documenting a road trip driving a Tesla. Again, we'll examine important but most often neglected factors such as how we map the charging stations, charging times, the cost of charging on the road, range anxiety, and the comfort and convenience of the charging locations themselves. Thanks for watching, and please keep us going by commenting, liking, and subscribing.